Well, here we are. It is June 2nd, and the goats, according to when they were turned in with the billy, or when the billy was turned in with them, they should start kidding within a week or two. We had one nanny, I think it was a little bit younger nanny, that had kids about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. I'm thinking she was just early, and for that reason she, something was going on. I don't know if she had something or she had triplets, so I didn't know what the deal was there. But she is fine. None of the babies were alive. So I was just excited to see triplets. That's amazing what goats do. Matter of fact, that might be her right there. No, she looks like she's got a little belly on her still. She kind of looks like that. She's kind of a taller, kind of skinnier type of goat. But you can see they're getting close, starting to bag up. You can see that one right there is bagged up big time. The brown one. Anyway, it's starting to get hot. Finally, it's getting warmer here. It's been high 80s and humid the last few days. If anybody's been watching the news, of course, everybody's been having in the Central Plains and central states have been having some severe weather with thunderstorms and tornadoes and all that stuff. So we're not the only ones that has been experiencing that. But the doe that had the triplets that lost them, my wife informed me I should not show that. So I've got evidence of it, but I don't know what caused it or anything. In the cattle business, there's a lot of different things that could cause it. If you just have one, then you tend to, unless what you should do, if you have one that does that, they need to be gone. But what people tend to do is give them another chance, which on the goats, I don't know enough about them to know if I should give her another chance or not. I don't even know if I could find her again. She was there one evening, and I could tell she was fixing to maybe have some, or have one, I expected. And the next morning, she was gone, and there was 3 dead there. Now, could she have had them and walked off? No, because when I saw her where she was standing, I thought I saw a small black spot next to her, and I just assumed that it was a cow patty. The cows go through the same pastures as the goats, and the next morning when I went out there, that was actually one of the kids still in a sack. So it was not a cow patty, it was one of the kids. So she had them. She already had one, and maybe have already had all 3 of them and was standing there. So she may have waited, for 12, 14, 16 hours and then decided, okay, I better go. I don't know, but one of them was cleaned off and was dry. The other one was almost dry, and then there was the one in the sack. They all looked fully formed, so I don't know that was an issue, but there again, I'm not an expert in goats. But we've had that, and then we had a goat that was acting really funny, maybe a week or so after that. And I didn't have my good camera, all I had was my phone, so I got a little bit of video of her. And she was almost acting like in a cow. It would be a dehydration, or it could be a thiamine deficiency, almost like she was losing her balance and stuff. Look, I hate it when they do that right there. See that old goat laying there? You think she's as dead as a hammer if you didn't see her breathing. I've came out in the morning before and have 20 of them laying there and you can't see them breathing. And you're like, oh no. But she's alive. She is breathing awful fast. But anyway, I was talking about the goat that was acting funny. She was stumbling around a little bit, but then she'd stop and raise her tail and push, and it looked like she was having contractions. So I videoed a little bit, and Lisa, my wife, and I looked at it and talked about it, and I called some people that I know that have a little experience with it, and they said it's probably something other than having trouble having kids. And so, you know, the way we're going to manage our goats is we're going to manage them like goats. We're not going to be doing we're not going to be doing any unless something changes. You know, I don't want to worm, because what happens when you worm is that stuff gets passed through their system and deposited in the soil, and then they've shown it takes months for that to get out of there. So what it does, it kills every microorganism that's susceptible to that in the soil wherever they defecate or wherever the dung is, or, you know, and I'm not prepared to do that. We spent too many years trying to grow those microorganisms to help the soil. And so I'm not going to do that. At the very least, I'll get rid of the goat. At the very worst, I'll come out the next day and she won't make it, which is what happened with this goat. So anyway, I don't have video of her, but I'm just sharing what happened. And, you know, the way we choose to deal with it is, you know, we try to give them as good a pasture and as much water as they can want, and really as much pasture as they can want. And then if they have something go wrong and they don't start doing well, or they have a problem or something like that, you know, if we can do something else with them, we will, but we're not going to do anything that's going to harm what we're trying to create with our soil here, which is chemicals. We're not going to do any type of chemicals. So it may be the biggest mess up on the face of the earth, but that's specifically why I got these goats. These are Spanish goats. They're supposed to be more hardy. I got them from a guy that doesn't do that either, and he does it a little different. He'll bring one in and worm them, and then, you know, when they get over it, he'll go ahead and ship them. Well, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to give them worming medicine while they're on our place. I do not want that stuff in the soil. You know, it takes too long for it to get out of the soil, and we spent too many years trying to repair the soil and make the soil healthy. So, and not to say that we're perfect or we're there where we want to be, but I know that'll set us back. So, that's where we are. They're up, they're getting close. You know, they've really been splitting a lot on us. And talked to the fella again yesterday. I got another dog from him. He had a dog that was giving him trouble, and I went over yesterday and got it. He was just going to give it to me, and I'm got a little bit of a soft heart and for wanting to try to help them experience their potential. But this dog was going to the neighbors to eat in the evenings, so we'll work with her a little bit and see if we can't get her fixed. She's a Kangal, or a Kongal, Kangal. Huge dog. I mean, I bet she weighs 100 pounds. She's got to be 90. But it's just a huge dog. Sweet dog. I mean, sweet. We're going to see if we can't work with her a little bit and get her down here with the goats and acclimated to the other dogs and get ready for kidding season. She has experience. She's over a year old. She's been out with the goats at his place. So she should do well as long as I can get her to stay with them. So that's what we'll do. We'll try to correct that and see if we can't figure out how to help her get over that. And then we'll go from there. So I'm anxious, though, as far as seeing how she's going to react with these dogs. I just, you know, we brought Blue in, and it was a little bit of a touch and go for a while, and we finally got him kind of going, so I'm hoping that the same thing will be true with her. We'll see. Fun, fun, fun. We've still got to bring the pup in, too. I just don't know when we're going to do that. We just got her fixed, so I don't know if we'll do that at the same time or we'll wait a little bit. We'll just play that by ear. That's what's going on with the goats.